Hi, my name is Liudas Butkus, and in this episode of What to Hodl, I want to do a review of the Gibraltar Blockchain Exchange, which is a subsidiary of the Gibraltar Stock Exchange. So, as the name suggests, they are going to launch a cryptocurrency exchange site, and they will also create like a ICO platform with the regulations very similar to IPOs. So they are a stock exchange and they know the whole processes, and they will be transferring that to cryptocurrencies. So if you are someone that is looking for uh, high security, proven ICOs, this is going to be the place where you go and look out for these ICOs to invest in, because they will have this module. So the GBX exchange will have sponsors. So basically, advisor companies that will work with fintech startups that want to launch their token sales. So they will work with them, vet them, do they have what it takes. There will be standards for the white papers, what needs to go into the white papers, what disclaimers. So basically there will be so that there won't be any problems with regulations. Also, they will vet the idea of the business. Is it just some type of scam or a business doomed to fail from the first day? And once the sponsor works with the ICO, with the startup, it then brings it to the GBX, and then they either approve it or deny it. And basically, the sponsors will help the startups go into the market. And yeah, it sounds quite rigorous. They are going to be regulated in the European Union, which is pro blockchain actually. Uh, Also, because uh, the GBX is a subsidiary of a stock exchange, there will be an option to launch tokenized securities. And securities are very highly regulated, and this will allow for that kind of release as well. Also, once you have a successful token sale, you will be able to then launch an IPO if you want. So this is going to be good for big businesses that uh, want to innovate, start their own token sales, and that have really great ideas and have the funds to launch over here. Also on GBX, there will be the main tokens available, like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and some others, but all the other tokens will have to go through the same vetting process that an ICO goes through. So every single token on the exchange will have to abide by the highest standards, uh, so you can be sure that all the tokens are quite secure. And yeah, so this is the main idea. Because they already have the infrastructure, you will also be able to use fiat in the exchange, which is a pretty rare thing. And yeah, I think I covered the main idea, which is a platform for ICOs and a cryptocurrency exchange, and they will closely work with the stock exchange of Gibraltar as well. So the ICO starts in 10 days, well, almost 11 days, on 7th of February, and they will launch the Rock token, which will be a utility token. Also, if you whitelist until the 4th of February, you will get 50 free Rock tokens. One Rock token is 10 US cents. They have a huge list of partners. I really enjoy their website. It's more like of a sales page, a huge promotion, and it's done really well. So they have a huge list of partners over here. Then if we scroll down, so yeah, the main risk that they want to show is that a quote from CNBC, a cryptocurrency startup that raised nearly 400,000 for initial coin offering has disappeared with the funds. So the GBX will ensure that stuff like that does not happen to you if you are going to invest through their stock exchange, through their cryptocurrency exchange into new tokens. So yeah, they will have the sponsorship mechanism that I talked about. Every single user will need to abide by the AML, KYC rules, then token utility authorization. So the business plan will be vetted, all the legal stuff will need to be in place during the token sale and stuff like that. What's next over here? They were featured on a lot of finance sites like Bloomberg, Nasdaq, Business Insider, MSN, Yahoo Finance, CoinDesk, well, on all of the major entities. Also, they had an interview with Coin. To me, the Cash token is has some similarities, and the whole idea is, I think, kind of similar. They are both pro-regulation. If it works with fiat, there's definitely going to be regulations, and countries will not allow them to not be regulated. So if you want fiat on your exchange, you have to be pro-regulation, and they both are. So I would say they are a little bit similar of a projects. So license and compliance, sponsor staking mechanism, rigorous listing process. So they already have around 20 firms that want to be sponsors. So that's a really good thing. There is already a market for this, for sponsors that want to bring different startups to the market. Next, what do we have here? So yeah, there is going to be like 3 divisions: the service division, the exchange division, and e-money division on the GBX and GSX platforms. And that's going to create the overall ecosystem for all the finance stuff. Strategic early adopters, as I already mentioned, Coin. I did the review on them. Kyber Network, a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, is also interested. So yeah, the ROC token, what it's going to be used for. So as most exchange tokens, it will help to lower the fees on the exchange. Also, in the white paper, at least, they said that if you have 1,000 ROC tokens, you will have early access to token sales. This is quite a major thing. For example, right now with VPower, there has been a lot of hype, and there have been early caps, and well, if an ICO overall is very hyped up and there's a lot of buzz around it, it's getting really hard to get into the ICO and get some tokens. So by holding 1,000 ROC tokens, you will have the ability to participate in the ICO earlier than the majority of the public and get your tokens. So right now it's a problem. In the future, I see it as an even bigger problem when ICOs go even more mainstream and there will be even more people competing for those tokens when a project is really promising. So yeah, this is a major thing. Also, what else? Exclusive members only discounts on transactions denominated in ROC token, voting rights on select community developments. RKT holders may be able to acquire a future release of ROC tokens from the GBX reserve at a discount to the market price. Platform utility, sponsored mission listing fees, sponsored token issuer staking, trading fees, settlement, early access, and exclusive discounts on token sales on GBX. Also, the ROC token will be widely used, as they mentioned here, that for listing these new tokens on the exchange. There's all kinds of different fees. Also, the ICOs will need to raise at least 10% of the funds with ROC tokens. If they do not meet that, they will need to buy those tokens in the market price. So if there are going to be a lot of ICOs on the GBX exchange, then there's going to be a huge demand for the ROC token, and by the general supply and demand rules, the price of the token can increase a lot. And there's all different utilities for the token. So yeah, as with most tokens, if the platform does well, the token does well as well. Okay, that sounded a bit funny, I guess. Ecosystem services, what else do they have here? So the utility map. So as I already mentioned, most of the stuff over here, but it's just a nice graph. So you launch on the blockchain exchange, and if you do well and you want to get additional funds from additional investors, you can take your ICO to an IPO and launch on the Gibraltar Stock Exchange. And yeah, I think I mentioned most of the stuff over here. So the sponsor firms help with the listing on the blockchain exchange, regulated token sales platform, regulated cryptocurrency exchange. Yeah. So that's that. The token structure. The public sale starts in 7th of February and ends at 14th of February. The token sale price will be 10 cents per RKT token. The total supply is 900 million. Token sale hard cap is 27 million. They already sold out 20 million tokens during their private sale. So there's only 6 million left for the public sale. The minimum purchase is $100 and it's going to be an ERC20 token. Residents and citizens of the following countries are not eligible to participate. So the usual: America, Korea, Japan, and China. Token allocation. So the token generation went, so it's not a huge percent for the public, only 35%. And if we even look here, it was sold in private sale to big investors. So 60,000, that would be like a third, even much less, 1/4 of the tokens are really to the public. So that's not I don't really like that, though overall the company is actually holding to a lot of the tokens. Only 35% is sold off. and use of proceeds, the usual technology and liquidity, marketing and stuff like that, the roadmap, funding of the Gibraltar Stock Exchange, the parent company of the Gibraltar Blockchain Exchange. So they started out in 2014, expanded product offerings, welcomes Bitcoin ETI, the first EU regulated product for Bitcoin, January 2017, launch of the GSX Global Market, GBX conceptualization, Blockchain Innovation Center, joining the crypto community, and here we are, February Rock token public sale. So in Q4 to Q1 they want to launch the token, build a network of sponsors. As already mentioned, they already have 20 companies, business entities waiting in line. Launch of the GBX Alliance, Blockchain Innovation Center. So they will be building a community for blockchain innovations. Actually, I think most of the businesses from that community might want to start their ICOs on the GBX exchange. So that makes sense for them to invest into something like that, of a community like that. So Q1, Q2, submit an application to the GFSC to extend a GSX license to be the first regulated exchange for tokenized securities. So usually it's only for utility tokens, but they want a license for tokenized securities, which is unique. Again, for the permission to operate a digital e-money institution, integrate digital e-money institution within the ecosystem. The Q3 to Q4, Phase 3 development milestones, list tokenized securities on GSX Global Market, Exchange Regulated, and Main Market EU Regulated, trade tokenized securities on GSX own blockchain-based platform. So they will be ready for the market in around 2 quarters after the launch of their token, which is quite alright in my opinion. And next, develop and expand the GBX and GSX ecosystem. And launch GBX and GSX exchanges in Juno Services division across the United Kingdom, Europe, and the Middle East and Asia. So they have huge expansion goals for the future if everything goes okay. So right now you can whitelist if you want to participate in the ICO. The ICO starts in 7th February. General public token sales commences, and public token sale ends on 14th of February. They are audited by the Big Four company, 100% regulatory compliant, $2 billion of securities admitted to date, 200 years of combined capital markets experience. So yeah, the team is very, very experienced. I think it's a superstar team actually. So Nick is the founder of the GSE. Nick has 34 years of experience in capital markets, including being the head of capital markets at Bear Stearns and ING Barings, managing up to 2,500 employees in 43 countries, including 40 stock exchange memberships. Adrian Hogg, 20 years in the profession, having overseen the licensing and establishment of the GSE and multiple licenses including e-money. So again, is a financial service and regulatory expert with over 20 years of experience. Philip has over 30 years investment industry experience, so they all have massive experience in their field. There was a sentence mentioned, not say that over here, in the white paper, that they have over 40 people in their IT department. Again, David has more than 10 years of corporate finance experience, over 14 years in the finance industry, so they are definitely the veterans of the industry, and the project is going to be solid. The technology team, advisory team, CEO of Chongqing Fintech Hold. Don't really see any familiar faces for myself over here, and this is basically it. So one long website that really looks like a sales page for the ICO. Overall, it really seems like a really good ICO project. The idea is quite nice. They have the team to bring it to fruition, and overall it seems a very good project. So this is it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hope you liked this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.